Hello, McGuffey Middle School. Mr. Gautran here. I wanted to just say hello and welcome back and let you know that we're really excited for this school year. We are doing a series of videos, a few short videos, just to get you used to some of the things that are going to change and look a little bit different this fall. And of course, one of those big changes that's very noticeable is that you'll be wearing masks when you come in the building, and that there will be a lot of focus on being 6 feet apart from each other for social distancing. We know that those things are really difficult and that they're so different from what you're used to over your elementary and middle school years thus far. And I know that your teachers, everyone around you in the building is going to really do their best to help you and help you get comfortable and get familiar. And at the end of the day, it's so good that we get to be back and that we get to be back safe. And so as we think about being Pride students during this very unique return to school, think about how you can be prepared for what the school is going to look like this fall. Think about how you can be respectful of yourself and others with practicing good social distancing and mask wearing. Think about how you can be involved in your school and making the best of a difficult situation and finding some really good positives to take away. And think about how you can be dedicated to it being so important for us to be here and be here together, that we'll dedicate to whatever it takes to be Pride students this fall. And also, think about that letter E, empathy for yourself and for others. Think about what everyone has gone through and how we can support each other and build each other up. And on a personal note, I won't be here in the middle school physically at the start of the year. I'll be filling in at Joe Walker, but I'll be watching from afar. I'll be hearing about how it's going, and I'll be back up here before too much longer, and totally looking forward to hearing and seeing about how great this school year started off. So welcome back. Check out the videos. Feel free to reach out to anybody on the middle school team with any questions.
Hey guys, it's Mr. Welk. I'm the assistant principal at the middle school and the high school right now. And I just wanted to welcome you guys back to the 2020-2021 school year. It looks a little bit different here, and we've made these videos to help you guys kind of get through the first day of school. We don't want you guys to be worried about the first day of school. We want you guys to have some fun, because we all know it hasn't been fun since this all started. So we're excited to see you guys, and I'm really looking forward to Thursday and Friday and meeting both groups. And if you guys have any questions or concerns, we'll work through it together. Thank you.
Arrival to the middle school, high school is going to look a little bit different as well. You're going to still arrive through the same door off the buses, and as you walk through, somebody is going to be here in the gym area to check your temperature. They're going to do a wrist scan. You'll just put your wrist out, they'll check your temperature, and then once you do that and you clear that part of the gym, you'll continue walking, and instead of staying in the gym, you'll actually go all the way up to your homeroom class, and you'll start your day there so that we can be in the classrooms supporting appropriate social distancing. Another thing that's going to look different at the middle school, high school are some of the things in our hallways and stairwells. You will notice a few things. One is that there are markers throughout the hallways that indicate and remind you to keep 6 feet of social distancing between you and other students walking down the hallway. Additionally, the hallway markers remind you to stick to the right side of the hallway whenever walking. In the stairwells, you will notice that certain stairwells are marked as either up or down stairwells. This is to help with student traffic flow and to ensure that individuals are going up and down the appropriate stairwells. When you approach a down stairwell from the downstairs, you should walk past it and continue to go to the next up stairwell if you need to go upstairs. You will notice at the entrance to each stairwell that there are signs marking up or down for the stairwell. As you can see, our classrooms look a little bit different this year. As you enter the classroom, remember to keep 6 feet apart socially distanced from other students. You can greet your teacher using an appropriate socially distanced greeting, before coming to your seat. You will see that your seats are 6 feet apart from other students to ensure safety and social distancing requirements. Additionally, while seated in the classroom, you will need to wear your mask throughout the class period, with the exception of dedicated mask breaks that are communicated and approved by your teacher. As you are in the classroom, you will have your own instructional materials and resources that you will use. These resources should not be shared with other students and should be kept to you personally. These resources may include your Chromebook, any textbooks or other items for the classroom learning, and additionally a water bottle that you may use as your water bottle for the water fill stations in the hallway. When arriving to the cafeteria, first, students need to go to the seat where they will be eating lunch and wait to be called on to get lunch. We know that this is a big change for middle school, high school students who are used to going directly to the lunch line. This is in order to ensure social distancing in the lunch line and help keep everyone safe. Once students are in their seats, they will be directed that they may go get their lunch prior to entering the food court. Students are encouraged to use the provided hand sanitizer before getting their food. Once you go into the lunch line, there is only one door to be used for entrance to the food court. It is the furthest door to the right next to the tunnel. And 2 exit doors right past the cashiers, the 2 centermost doors. Students should follow the counterclockwise flow for the food court that is marked with tape and directional signs. Students are not permitted to wander aimlessly around the service area. There will be 1 pizza line, 1 main serving line, and 2 cashier lines. The snack shack will not be operated. Students are to pick up their own milk unless there is an allergy, and prepackaged plastic wire right where they walk in. Everything else will be handed to them on a tray by a cafeteria worker. Students are to ask a cafeteria worker if they need condiments. The sliding door drink cooler will have drinks the students may purchase, and the cashiers will have bagged chips that students can also purchase. After getting their lunch and seeing the cashier, students are to go to the seat where they had originally sat down when they first entered the cafeteria. Once students have arrived at their seats, they can remove their mask and eat their lunch. If at any time they need to get up from their desk in the cafeteria, they can raise their hand and ask the lunch duty teacher to get up. Anytime you are getting up from the desk, you would put your mask on before walking anywhere. At the end of lunch, you will be dismissed from the desk and back out of the cafeteria with your mask on, following social distancing in the hallways. As you dismiss from the cafeteria, please make sure to be mindful of the dismissal procedures and socially distancing from other students who are exiting the cafeteria. We realize that these are a lot of procedures and things to follow, and we know that our middle school and high school students will all do an excellent job of helping to keep each other safe during these difficult times.
Welcome back, Claysville students and families. This is Miss Fleck, your school principal, and Mr. Wolf and your teachers and staff are excited for your return to school. And for those of you who have chosen cyber, we will see you very soon. Because Claysville students are already stars and follow procedures in and out of the school building, this is going to be pretty easy. Instead of bubble space, think double bubble, and we will all stay safe. Masks need to be worn on the school buses and in school, but we will be taking lots of mask breaks when it's safe, like right now. Remember that Claysville students are safe, trustworthy, accountable, and respectful. Now here's a preview of upcoming new procedures. Please walk slowly while getting off of the school bus. You will keep a social distance from your classmates while getting off of the bus and walking on the sidewalk, as well as if you are getting out of the car from your parents. Continue to proceed to the playground entrance. You will notice the marks on the sidewalk just to keep a social distance. When entering the building, please use hand sanitizer to keep your hands nice and clean. Someone will be there to greet you as well as to take your temperature. As you walk through the hallways, we will continue to social distance by keeping 6 feet apart. Remember to use double bubble space. Be sure to stay on the right side of the hallways and stairwells. When entering the classrooms, you will use hand sanitizer and have an assigned desk and special classroom materials that are just for you. All students will have their own locker and may bring a water bottle from home, or we will give you one to use while you're in school. Mask breaks will take place throughout the day when students are socially distanced from one another. When entering the cafeteria, be sure to use hand sanitizer again. Staff will direct you where to sit, and you will be called on to get up and get your lunch. Remember to social distance when walking throughout the cafeteria. Students will have a card to use in the cafeteria with a barcode. When seated, eat your lunch. You may remove your mask, and there will be a video on for you to watch. Teachers will direct you on returning your garbage to the garbage can at the end of lunch, and also again to use hand sanitizer to keep your hands nice and clean. When going outside to play, remember to keep a social distance. Playground equipment is available as well as sidewalk chalk and games. When called to line up, return your equipment to the bin so that we can clean those for use the next day. Remember to sanitize your hands again when you return to the building. At dismissal, we will social distance again to get onto that school bus, and everyone will arrive home safely. Following these procedures will keep us safe at CLAYSVILLE Elementary School.
Hello, Joe Walker. Welcome back. We're so excited for you to be joining us in just a few short days here. Today we're going to be doing a series of video tutorials to try to show you a little bit of what it's going to look like when you come back in the doors here next week. And we know that things are a little bit different right now, and we know that some of the things and some of the roles and expectations to be SOAR students are different than they've ever been, and different than hopefully they will be in a few short weeks or months here. But for right now, we're so excited, and we want to make sure that we help you as much as possible to be SOAR students, to be safe, organized, accountable, and respectful. And so these videos will give you a little bit of an idea of some things that are different, some things to expect. And we just can't wait for you to be back. We'll see you really soon. And I'm so happy to welcome you all back to the building next week. Hello, Joe Walker Jets. Today we will give you a guided tour on the different key areas at Joe Walker that will look different during the pandemic this school year. First, we would like to talk about arrival and dismissal. As you enter the school building this year, it will look a little different. You will wait in line practicing social distancing of 6 feet to enter the building. You will be greeted at the front door by a staff member who will be taking your temperature. Once you enter the school, an adult will guide you to the appropriate location based upon your grade level. At Joe Walker, we are expected to be soaring as we walk in the hallways. In order to be safe, organized, accountable, and respectful, students must be socially distanced at 6 feet apart as they walk in the hallways. Make sure to stay on the right side of the hallway as indicated by the divider on the floor. As you can see, our classrooms look a little different as well this year. In order to maintain our safety, each classroom has been arranged to accommodate the social distancing requirements. It is important that we maintain social distance by keeping our hands, feet, and objects to ourselves so that we don't spread germs, and we do our part to keep everyone safe, healthy, and germ-free. School materials remain at your desk. You will have a pencil box, you may bring your own water bottle, and you will have a few other school materials. Do not share these materials with other students. Only your book bag and other essential school materials will be allowed to go back and forth between school and home. This list of belongings will be provided by your teacher. It is required to wear your mask at school at all times. Your teacher will work with you to allow periodic mask breaks whenever you are safely socially distanced apart. When walking into the cafeteria at Joe Walker, make sure that you are stopping and staying 6 feet apart for social distancing. You will go into the cafeteria and go all the way around to the furthest seat that is open. You will stay in your seat in the cafeteria until the teacher or other staff member on duty dismisses you to go to the lunch line. When they dismiss you, you will walk to the lunch line, continuing to follow social distancing. Once you are ready to go through the lunch line, use your hand sanitizer, come through the lunch line to get your food, and someone from the cafeteria staff will enter your lunch number without you touching the keypad. Continue to stay socially distanced as you walk through the food line and go back to your seat to eat your lunch. Once you are seated, you can remove your mask and eat your lunch. If at any time you need to get up from your desk, raise your hand and ask a lunch duty teacher. When you get up from your desk, you need to put the mask back on before walking anywhere. At the end of lunch, someone will dismiss you from your desk and will walk you back out with your mask on, following social distancing in the hall. On the playground at Joe Walker, we will still have opportunities to come outside and use some of the playground equipment. Make sure upon coming outside from the school to follow the safety practices that we're doing elsewhere in the building. Sanitizing your hands upon arrival to the playground and making sure that you keep your mask on and making sure that you play in a safe social distance manner. You may use playground equipment that's made available to you by your teacher during the time of your recess period. Additionally, if you are playing on the other playground equipment, remember to continue to maintain social distancing and to continue with the use of your mask. When recess has concluded, you should return any equipment that you have used to the teacher who's on recess duty for it to be cleaned and prepared for the next group. When recess is over, you may return any materials that you used during recess to the teacher outside or to the bin that's by the door. Also remember to sanitize your hands once again before going back into the school building. Doing these things are ways that we can continue to be safe while enjoying the outdoors in our recess time. When you're ready to go back into the school, you can walk into the hallway continuing to follow social distancing measures.